Come on, Dawn, you can do it.
Wheels on the chair. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, roll call, please.
Roll call, Bud. Present. Barb.
Here.
Alan.
Here.
Tamitha.
Here.
Leslie.
Here.
Ken.
Present.
Jim.
Here.
Alan Michelson. Thank you.
Okay, you've all had time to read the minutes. If there's no questions or corrections on the minutes, we need a motion to accept them.
Move the minutes be accepted.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, and you have the bills. Are there any more bills?
No changes to the bills.
I
There's no
move that the bills be paid from the proper account as published.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay. Okay, first of all, I'd like to say to the Pride Committee and those that helped, the town hall looks lovely, tree looks great, all the lights, good job. And to Barb, who is still alive after putting the lights on the town hall roof.
Those slips, trips, or falls.
No,
No one would mind if you hired somebody.
I thought we were doing that.
Just take away what you want.
Anyway, thank you,
Mhm.
and I guess we'll go right to safety, Alan.
We have Assistant Chief Holst moving up here today. Tim, would you like to give your presentation?
So, 62 calls for November. About 71% or more rescue or EMS calls and 15% on the fire side. 11% false alarms and 2% good intent calls. We were in Chippewa Lake 5 times in the month. November. 60, I said 62 altogether. 41 daytime and 21 nighttime. That's 6 o'clock, I believe 6 p.m. for the, between the nighttime and daytime. So, turnout time, 2 minutes, 4 seconds. The average for the year is still under 2 minutes, 1 minute, 53 seconds. Getting out the door, the travel time average 6 minutes, 7 seconds. We received aid from our friends 3 times, other departments, and gave aid 6 times. Medina 3 times, Montville 2 times, Guilford 1 time. I think we're seeing more in Medina because of additional nursing home over there. That's in Montville. Medina, of course, LSD runs, between Medina Fire and LSD, they cover all Montville, of course. Guilford once, Montville twice, Medina 3 times. So that's about it. Before we had a society that, it says the society down under, it's a society for the handicapped citizens that was, came to our station on November 10th. We gave them a tour of the station and the equipment and the fire trucks and gave them, cooked them some hamburgers and we had a good time. They loved it, I think, I hope. They loved it. We went for a grant from the AMS grant, from Ohio Division of EMS, and we got $5,746 from them. Stryker performed preventive maintenance on our Stryker equipment. The Stryker equipment is our cots, our tower cots and everything. They're pretty intricate. There's a lot of intricacies to those things, and they come out and take a lot of time to make sure they're working. And we have 2 of them, of course. So it takes them a good part of the day to go through it and make sure everything's working right. No problem, engine 2. The engine, got that fixed by, use general maintenance usually. And we're looking to hire, we have a fellow that lives right next to the country club there, and the new house is off there. He's a federal firefighter from the Air Force. He's an Air Force veteran, he works out of Youngstown. And he's going to join our department. Real good news is we have 6 firefighters. They have completed all their schooling and they are actually taking their test tomorrow for their paramedic in-house test. And then next week, they're gonna be taking their national registry, which is the big potato that they need to all pass and everything. So they have to pass both actually, so. And our active paramedics on the department will be up to 20 paramedics. So we got more paramedics than not. So that's, over the years, I mean, that's the way that fire departments have gone. Paramedics, like a lot of departments, it's required that you are one or you become one, so. We don't quite have that requirement, but highly encourage them. I highly encourage them, even though I'm not a paramedic, I'm kind of a dinosaur, so. I encourage them, I mean, it's better for them, better for us, and not all the way around, so.
Well, thank you, Tim, and being up to 20 on active medics on the department is really, really good.
Yeah.
It's been unusual, but we had a couple of incidences that I got to observe recently. They have to be clustered on Shorefield with all streets, but maybe people in the audience might have something to say about the good job that the department has done.
Yeah,
John
I
Sandor.
want to say, I want to commend the fire department and all the firemen. They were very professional and very, did a great job. They saved my house from burning down, and my grandkids from Alabama were up for Thanksgiving, where they celebrated Christmas with them. All the presents were there, and on their own, they said, hey, can we get all these presents out of here so they don't get damaged? I thought that was very caring, so outstanding job, thank you.
It's really,
That's what we're supposed to do, so, I'm glad we're getting good feedback, and really we'll do what we can get. I know it's, can be like, it's almost devastating when you have a house fire, like, oh my gosh, so everything's ruined, and in your case, not everything's ruined, but you know you have the smoke damage and that kind of stuff. Hopefully you're not out of your house too long. It's a process, I know, I don't scare you, but I have people not out of the house for a year. But, you know, it all depends on the situation.
yeah.
Thank you guys for flushing the hydrants.
We got to start, yeah. So thank you guys for, upping the ante a little bit and scaring the water department. Okay, go ahead and do them. That's probably what they said pretty much right away. Well, Chippewa Lake's kind of a little angry. So, we told them that, they're gonna get a letter, the commissioners are gonna get a letter from Chippewa Lake about the fact that we hadn't been able to do hydrants down there. And then the guy in the water department said, yeah, I think you could do them now. So, I think it had a little bit to do with that little push there, so.
And it was really good on the Sandora is that there were 3 fire departments represented there. So it showed you really mutual aid. And people that know that the first truck is there to get right in there, the second truck's to hook up to the fire truck, and our fire hydrants, third truck's there to back them up, whatever they need. So it's really good to see them in operation. Thankfully, it was not as bad, it's not ugly.
Yeah, we work together well with all our neighboring departments. We get along well. We don't always agree with whatever they put, but whoever's fired is there to help them out, give them whatever they want. And, so we've been, we had a fire on Smith Road back in November too, and again, great help in the old farmhouse, but it was upstairs and we left it in one spot, and hopefully they're not so bad either as far as damage to the house and what has to be done to get them back in there.
I'm not sure what was going on at John's house because Homeland Security showed up too.
You didn't have to tell me. I don't know nothing. I didn't tell anybody.
John's not wearing an ankle bracelet. Separately, there was another incident last evening, an EMS call. And Kelly Parker was the lead on that, and they handled it very well. Ironically, there was 2 nurses present from the village.
Yeah, I know we've been on dinner hedge, today, I think, or last night.
It's a short last night. So, thank you. Have a safe Christmas.
I think the fire department wants to recognize that about how we worked with you guys for quite a while now, and it's been great. They've been great supporters to us, so we appreciate that. And Kevin, Chief Kevin always said the same thing if he was here, so we talked about it today, so I told him I would say something. And
Thank
Yeah.
good luck. I don't know if you're ever gonna come back or
We're not going.
really retire and stay away.
No, we're gonna be
We
here.
might be out there. Fire truck Santa, do you have the date, official dates for that?
For the what now?
Fire truck Santa?
I think it's a Saturday.
Yeah, 20th. We looked it up.
Ours.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
I thought you meant shop at the common, which is, I think this Saturday.
Shop at the common is
Ours
this
is,
weekend, yeah.
December 20th. We usually get in Chippewa late in the evening. So,
Thank you, Kevin. Any other comments from council or audience? Thank you. Moving on, we have Deputy Harhay here from the Sheriff's Department. I'll kind of read over the report. 84 hours worked in November, 80 targets, so we were right within our green zone. 525 miles logged, 28.4 gallons of gas estimated usage. Harhay had 34, Yarborough 25, Lyon 25. 84. Incidences, animal complaint, barking dog, loose canine was 1, fire structure, residential 1. Excuse me. With the sneezers. Extra patrols 55, Victor Watch 2, harassment, phone call or text was 1, abdominal pain 1, building checks 2, breathing problems 1, citizens assist, standby or directions 1, civil matter 1, heart problems, automatic implant 1, mutual aid with fire and EMS 1, sick person 1, suspicious circumstances 1, traffic stops 4, for a total of 73 activities for the month. Kind of in line for this time of the year. It's kind of quiet around here. As it would be. Nothing on the report that was of significance that would be of any concern. Did you have any comments?
No, it's been quiet.
The other, it was tabled at last month. We tried to do trying to keep an annual increase to the deputies. They don't have their contract in place yet. We have an idea about the range, it might be 3 to 5%. And the deputies serve as well. We have 3 that are there, but they also have other opportunities at other communities to go to. So we try and keep our funding, our pricing competitive for their hours to work. I would be proposing a 3% hourly rate increase going for the year to 2026. I did reach out to Gary to make sure we had funds available to cover that. And against the budgeted hours that we have right now, which are 1,070 for the year, we would be in line for that. So I would put forward a proposal to increase deputy hours, our salary by 3%. Could be a second of that.
Second.
Any discussion?
Any idea, the deputies are not engaged in conversations yet, or has that started
For what?
for contracted rate of pay?
So our contract expires through the deputy sheriff's bargaining unit with our union on December 31st. That has nothing to do with you guys. You guys are separate contracts, so whatever you guys decide for pay is between you guys. When we get a pay raise, it could be 4 months from now, 6 months from now, sometimes it's got a whole year because our union will go back and forth. we negotiate for contract, and then they pay us back pay for, like, if, let's say it goes 9 months in the next year, then we get back pay for that 9 months, which obviously that has nothing to do with these guys.
Okay.
Yeah, somewhat the reason of doing it now is so if we said that when they approve the contract in September, then our monies going forward would start in September, so they both kind of lost that economic power for whatever period of time. So I think it's good to stay competitive with the other communities. We're not the highest paying. I think we're kind of right in the middle compared to the other communities. And that would be other townships that are in Medina County. The deputies are important for us. We, through Deputy Harhay, which is tentatively retiring in May of this year, but he could stay on. But we've had a good relationship with the deputies. If we did lose somebody, like we lost one last year because of injury, others come forward. They like our community, and it's good work for them. And, sometimes they're close by. Any other comments on that?
No.
Okay, so do we have a second to your motion?
Yeah, there was a second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay,
And between the deputy, Alan, and Gary, they'll work through the contractual issues to make sure that's done properly.
okay.
As far as any
Lunch, just so you're aware, be myself and Deputy Yarborough will be at the Polar Lunch, for sure.
Very good. Thank you. Just some minor things. Not closed out the siren grant yet. I would tend to do that before I leave term at the end of the month. But I have up until, I think, June of next year.
We have to close it out.
You submit all the documents, how it was spent, the money was all allocated out. We did, to make that work, because there was a few dollars left over and I didn't want to give it back. We prepaid the annual maintenance fee for a couple years or whatever to take care of it. So there's some benefit. You won't have an annual maintenance fee for several years, and that's on servicing the siren and all the other details that go there.
Do you know what date the service is paid? Do you know what date the service is paid through? Do you have that marked down? So when
I
we
can't
have
give
to
it to
start
you right
thinking
now,
about
but I
it?
do have that.
Okay.
I can get sure that that's passed off. Vasu Communications, which does several of those, is the one that put the siren in and does all the electronics there. And there were some glitches on this siren communicating to the dispatch properly. All of that is resolved. As we know, this first Saturday, the apocalypse seems to be going off properly. Bill Glassnap's usually the first one to hear that. And I think Leslie's mom is the second. She's the closest. And I can hear it, so it's good that that's working well.
I heard it too.
Yeah, I heard it too.
And
I bet everybody heard it.
It was loud.
through emergency management, I've been taking a emergency response team certification. It's called CERT. And that process should be done by the spring of this year.
And if we have a big emergency around here, you would be the leader of it because of these classes? Is that what this class is?
That's kind of how it is. CERT was really California that has earthquakes, wildfires, and things like that. Those are somebody that keeps everything organized until the professionals arrive is basically what it is. But you have to be present. And obviously a earthquake or fires, and that's something we're probably going to have here. We might have individual fires, but not the whole place burning down. We may have a wind event, we may have a tornado, we may have a flood event, we may have a snowstorm. Floods and snowstorms, normally they're coming, so the professionals can plan for that. But this is just to keep it held together. We have a very unique community. We have physicians that live here. We have several nurses that live in the community, both retired. There's emergency room nurses, there's nurses that are part of the burn unit, the Children's Hospital live in the village, a couple physicians, but really, I would be kind of keeping that together. If you needed resources to come in until the professionals got here, we're pretty fortunate.
So we had a missing child. I don't know if you were the guy involved in that, but that's exactly the kind of thing that would come in handy. One of the problems we had were people coming from the outside wanting to help. They're coming from everywhere. Oh, there's a missing child, I'm gonna go help. And where do you park around? People want to stop, where can I park? I have no idea. So it's, if you keep your own community controlled, organized, I guess those are the right words, more organized than anything. Because that will help the police out so much. They were organized. Between the police and Terry Rice and head candidate, I think they did a really good job of it. And it can get away from you real easy. You really gotta know where your people are and everything is. Am I right? An event like that is pretty tough. Because, you don't do them a lot. And that's the other thing, because you don't do them very often. But I think I heard there was 50 policemen in the area at the time. Is that about right?
I was off that day.
You were off. I'm not sure if that's, but it's probably pretty close to that. Pretty quickly.
This village or this community has unique communication capabilities. Claire's list, probably 500 plus people. Leslie has things that she has with Facebook, so that if the message gets out properly, we can really communicate quickly.
Pam is a great source of telling.
Yeah, and
You have so many names.
and Lisa does things on our own website. So we have a lot, but it really hits the fan. Somebody's got to make sure it's all kind of glued together and make sure that people are properly organized, and hopefully that can happen.
So we should call you, or you will call us, or what?
Could be both. You have to be present. I mean, if you're someplace off, who takes over when you're not there? So there's a lot of layers that go with this. But I forgot about the missing child. Would be a critical one.
There was so many people coming, they were all wanting to get up Hunter Drive. We had actually blocked Hunter Drive with our vehicles to keep them out of there.
I saw 2 or 3 cars drive through Point Park, somebody turned around in the grass across the street from Point Park and literally drove right up in the street. It was crazy.
It was
It was very chaotic. It was, but I didn't recognize any of these people or.
Well, they were telling me where they were coming from, and some of them were like, where can I park? Where should I look? I had no idea. I mean, that's,
Well,
look at your own yard. That's the place, if you live around, just start where you're at, and
that's right.
so.
Look in your backyard first. That was my last report. Thank you for the opportunity to work with a wonderful mayor and the council and the public. So thank you much.
Thank you, Al.
Thank you.
You're gonna be missed, you and Bud both, definitely.
But we do know where to find you.
Yeah.
Just a heads up, it's gonna get chilly in here. It's only like 66 degrees, but if that furnace comes on, we're not gonna be able to hear, so keep your scarves and your hat and your mittens on. It's gonna get chilly in here.
Okay, zoning, Leslie?
Can we do this, Jen?
I wanted to start with this. Melcher and Wolf. They have this property, Wolf had this property. and,
Well, they're going over this real quick. I'll share that, there was a short-term rental that had cars parked in the street, in the yard, this past week. And, I reached out to the owner instead of calling the police. And, she was not aware. She said in her information, she just has funding for 2 cars. And she handled it herself. So if anybody sees things like that, just reach out to us, because we might know the people and just be able to reach out to them directly. But if nobody says anything, we don't know, and I was able to handle that the very first day, so.
Are you ever gonna put together that handbook that you said you were going to?
Yep, actually, we're gonna consolidate it probably to a fridge flyer, so something they can just see right.
Because I think every owner that rents a house ought to have it right there, because the owner's the one that's
Yeah.
responsible.
Yeah.
They got zoning report for December. Exciting. 9 Parkway Path. The last of it. But here we are again, with the fireplace, and the house is growing weeds and diminishing in integrity as we speak. So, Alan, have you filed charges?
I haven't filed yet, but I would like to double check all the violations with you and then get it going.
Okay.
If council still wants to proceed.
That's well, we got two. We got two right here.
Do you want to meet, or do you want to just phone?
I'll just run a list past you.
Okay,
I mean, there've been so many violations
yeah,
over the years.
yeah, nothing's been corrected, so,
Okay. I figured, but I'll give you a call.
okay. That'll be fine. 13 Circle Crest Drive, algae and mildew on the siding and the shed and things in the back. I took more pictures today, so it was more current. And I'm gonna send those over to you along with the order to correct paper that I had mailed and the warning notice, a copy of that, so that you have that on file. I think that we should just go ahead and file charges on that. We've been given plenty enough time to take care of that. 273 Rustic Brook Road. In order to correct soffit rafter repairs, an operable trailer, 2 flat tires, holes in the siding of the house, and an overgrowth of vegetation trees. Almost all of that's been corrected. The only thing that hasn't been done was the trimming of the trees. All of the soffit, everything's in place, everything's been repaired. So,
Any reason why the trees haven't been trimmed in, like if you had a correspondence with him? Or-
no, I haven't. But I'm figuring it's probably because of weather.
In the past 30 days, we've actually had stumps grown, so we probably could have done the trees.
And he's not gonna pay for it. He's gonna do it himself. But that's what I mean, is probably, in a weather type situation where it's not gonna- so getting up on the house on a ladder in this weather is not fun. Which is understandable. I mean, cut us some slack for that. So yeah, we don't have to go any further with that until next year. Just make sure that I stay on with
Can you email this to me? I didn't get
You
it.
can have that.
I did email it, but I can,
Maybe you did.
I gave him mine.
Funky.
you didn't get it?
Oh, good job.
I sent it.
No doubt.
Next on the list, 13 Parkway Path. They're parking in the side yard. The property owners, the property just changed hands, and this family bought the property, and the house sits on one lot, and there's a lot beside it. And finding out through the survey and everything, they've actually found out that half of the driveway that they've been parking on belongs to the neighbor. So they've kind of told the neighbor, we're planning on doing a driveway on the other side of the house at some time in the future. So they've been parking in the area where they're going to put the driveway. And I told them that you can't just park in the yard. You have to come up with an application and a plan, and we have to go through all of those things. So I've been discussing that with them, and we'll work that out. And right next door at 12 Parkway Path, there's 2 inoperable vehicles that are in the driveway. I spoke with the owner of those vehicles. He's working on it. He's had a lot of health issues. Said that he's just getting back to work. They were going to remove his bladder I don't want to get into personal things about somebody, but he's had a lot of medical issues. So I said, you know, if we could take care of this month with at least making sure that they run, you can drive them frontwards, backwards, and put plates on them. So that's what
You're
the
checking
goal
with
is.
him next month?
Yes, so that's the goal for this month, is to have those checked off the list. And I have 2 permits that have been issued, 25-025, 202 Brookshore Drive. It was a permit for a fence. And 25-026 at 1 Willowwood Drive, and that's a permit for a porch and sidewalk. And the last part is the wolf melter lots.
Is there a problem with the Melter lots because we approved that split?
No, there's no problem with it.
He said,
It's just, we're officializing it now.
just said,
Marie came from Columbus with
he
the
said they could.
Oh,
plans.
Yeah, you have to say.
I know, that one said we have to get approved first.
I thought we did that last time.
if you did,
Yeah,
it can be signed.
I was under the impression that was done last month.
It was, yeah.
Right here?
If you have anything.
No, I just did all the stump grinding got done in the past month, and we were waiting on AJ and stuff, so. Oh, also, yes, I did. I need to allocate another $3,000 for the trees. We have 3 different trees that need to be, that big that needs to be down.
Yep.
Yeah, and then what were the other 2, you
There
remember?
was one on Chippewa Road, and there's one on Briar Road. And they're all being taken down one last stress. Which is,
And the one is the one I brought up last month, at the Longacre property, that it's the Bass Basin. So it is on our property.
What's the tree on Chippewa Road?
it's a smaller, like pine tree or something.
That's the one at the corner of Northvale.
Is that on the village right away? Is it really?
Did you see the ribbon on it?
Yeah, it's been on there, but I didn't know who marked it.
Yeah, I marked it. It's been there for a while. But,
Where, approximately, where,
between Northville and Craggy,
yes, what I thought.
I can't give you the exact.
Second house on the corner from, it's right next to the corner lot, next to the driveway.
Oh, okay, got it, yeah. Okay, that's all I have.
So he'll be contacting groups for the grinding parts of it, because they're in the village right away, there's utilities underground. And, like looking at that picture of the Bass Bay,
Right.
whatever, that one,
Right,
you see the gas,
right, the gas line,
the gas
probably
line
right up there.
markers sitting there, so. But he's also got, two of the trees are kind of, gonna take some time because it's in the electric power lines. That's all I have.
Okay. Community relations, Tamsa.
I don't have a whole lot. Breakfast with Santa is this weekend, Saturday, 10 o'clock. We have crafts for the kids. Jim is going to be there cooking pancakes. Ken secured us a donation from McDonald's for sausage gravy and biscuits and egg folds.
Egg folds, it's what comes inside your egg McMuffin.
Okay, yeah, we're gonna have eggs this year. We haven't had eggs
No,
previously. And the pies too. the little
apple pies, yep.
So that is exciting. We've got that's about actually all I have, but I've spent a little bit of extra money this year because the gifts and all the things that we do for the kids, everything was more expensive this year. Like my receipts added up to a lot more than they used to be. So I would like to encumber an additional $250 for incidentals because I do have a little bit more shopping to do. Can I do that?
Sure.
I know I have enough in my budget because I skimp out all year long. So I know Christmas should be okay.
So is that a motion?
I think so.
Second.
Second.
All in favor?
Thank you guys. And that is all that I have. I'm just working on the Christmas party right now.
I'm sorry, on that motion, what was it for, please?
250. I don't know if I will actually spend that much more, but I want to have it just in case.
And you made the motion, Tamitha?
I did.
Who did the second?
Everyone.
Yeah.
Pick
Have it quick.
We'll let Bud take it, it's his last meeting.
Go down in history once again.
Yeah,
Actually, I'll just sip it moving forward, you can have them all.
okay.
Okay, building and utilities, Barb?
I have a few things. Oh, I'm sorry. Let's see, I did attend the NOPEC meeting, and that was my first time. Alan, I don't know how many times you have gone, but it was really very interesting. But some very good information, but pretty much the primary takeaway, I think, for the village is we can all expect our electric bills to continue to go up. So if you haven't locked in a good rate yet, get on it because it's going to continue to go up. A lot of the companies now are starting to offer 3-year plans, which usually, like if you went to apples, they would offer you 12 months at the most. And now a lot of them are starting to offer 3-year plans because they know that it's getting locked in, locking in the rates as they are now. With all the AI centers and data centers that are going in, they're really starting to push to try to get these data centers, that if you want to put in a data center, then you need to have your own electricity for that and stop pulling it off the grid. So NOPEC is really fighting and pushing for that information, for that to happen. But it was very informative and interesting meeting. That didn't go downhill, did it? In more ways than one, right? Okay, so yes, it was a good meeting, very informative, and I look forward to going back to it next year. KNC Outdoors, Leslie recommended them last month to wash the building. And they originally weren't going to be able to do it until about December because they were out of state at the time. The owner called me and he said that he was on his way back into Ohio and he'd be able to get it done. And I think we're glad we did because otherwise it would be an igloo right now if they had tried to clean it. So we had a little bit of trouble getting their paperwork in order. I appreciate Gary's help with that, getting them in line. The guy was very enthusiastic. He actually, I think he quoted us $300, which was less than Perfect Power Wash asked. And he was finished. He gave me a call. I wasn't home at the time, but he said, I can do the sidewalk for another $50. And I said, get it. So if it did come back in at $350, I did approve that to go to do the sidewalk as well, which there was some algae on that, which makes it slippery when it's wet. So I went ahead and approved that. He did a great job. Marty, I want to thank Marty for cleaning up the walkway from the beach up to Bungalow Bay. Unfortunately, shortly after he got done doing it, one of the residents went out with a blower and blew their leaves back onto the walkway. Kind of really disrespectful, but once again, I want to thank Marty for cleaning that up. There were a lot of acorns down there, and I know there's a lot of people that walk up and down there.
We noticed it, yeah.
Yeah.
We walked in the morning and it was, the next day it was clean. We were so thankful.
Yes,
I didn't know.
he's done that a couple of years now, so I really appreciate him doing that. Bill Glassnap fixed the brick molding on the front door. He repainted the brick molding out there.
And probably saved us a boatload of money because he used materials that he had at his house to do it, some lumber that he had and some paint. But I think if we had probably hired out for that, we would have ended up replacing the entire trim around there. And Bill was very handy and fixed the parts that were broken or rotted, and hopefully that'll hold up for several years. So Bill, thank you for your help with that. And wanted to thank Pride for the beautiful decorations once again, and getting that done. The toilet tank in the men's room was leaking. I fixed that. It was leaking and dripping and it was running, and I couldn't tell if it was the women's toilet or the men's toilet. It was the men's toilet tank, it was leaking, so I fixed that. So got that cleaned up. Hopefully there was no damage to the wall with the drywall in between the two built rooms. Street lights have been reported a couple of times up by Bungalow Bay. The one in front of Benninger's house was fixed. There's one over in front of Melter's house that is out, so I reported that. The one between the lake and Howard Wolf's house has been out for a couple months. I reported it, and when they had time to get out there and fix it, when it was dry and hard, they didn't do it. So I told them they're gonna need a ladder if they're gonna do that. The lineman, the headline guy, Rory, gave me a call the other day. We're playing phone tag. The pole next to the shuffleboard court up at Bungalow Bay, there's two floodlights on either side of the pole. One is cycling on and off, one is off. I reported that twice. Still hasn't been fixed, so I'm not sure what the holdup is with that. Other than if they're gonna try to use it with the truck instead of a ladder, it might be a while before that gets fixed. It's gonna have to be solidly frozen, or they're gonna have to do it with a ladder. And if anybody is going to be using the building throughout the winter, I just ask that you make sure that that door is securely latched when you exit the building, because it's catching again this year. So it kind of closes, but it doesn't actually click. So when you get out, just give it an extra little shove and make sure it's latched. Have a wonderful Christmas and a happy New Year. And Alan and Bud, thank you guys very much. And we know where you live, so knocking on the door if we have questions. But thank you, it's been a pleasure working with you guys.
Thank you.
Alan, we need a new NOPEC representative, don't we?
Barbara had been delegated.
Would you like to be the new NOPEC?
Yeah, I mean, it's utility, so yeah, sounds good to me.
Okay,
It's
you get to go to all the
interesting.
luncheons and things that
It was good food.
Alan would get invited to.
It was good
Get
food.
little flashlights.
We had cupcakes there.
We just food?
This cake is like pitiful. They had a cupcake that was more calories than lunch.
Okay, thank you. Okay, Parks, Ken?
Just a few things. We had our, well, as you can see our sign over there, our big, beautiful, beach, no, not beach, lake access swimming area sign. So it's, pretty comprehensive. I don't think we missed anything on it. We went back and forth on it for a while, but I have 4 of them. There's gonna be 2 in the front, replacing the old signs, and 1 on each side, where people like to fish and people would like to dump material. So that's gonna go up sometime before spring. Yeah,
They look beautiful.
yeah, I was very impressed.
So nice.
I wanted it big, and it is. So the next set of signs we're working on, not that I'm a big sign guy, but this is very important. And a no dumping sign for our Green Lagoon, Reese's Pond. And I wanted to find out, because I know our current fine for dumping is $250. And I wanted to see about bumping that up to $500, maybe getting a vote on that.
There were some tree trimmings that were pruned from across the street that were dumped on the shore.
Yeah, well, I was told that some people basically said they don't care. So maybe a fine will help.
Actually, I think it was mind your own business is what they said.
It was something like that, something offensive, considering we're trying to improve it. And it's not easy, especially with that pond, you kidding me? You know, It's been a thorn in the side of a lot of people for many, many decades, probably. And now we're doing something about it. There was planters in there that I pulled out. So instead of throwing them in the garbage, I threw it in the water. So I'm thinking, so I wanted to order these signs, of course, I'll send it around, because I don't want to make that decision completely on my own. But I was thinking shorter, and this is where I struggle. They're supposed to be red. Do we want to have them, they're not gonna be like that. They're gonna be about that big. I'm thinking closer to the ground, where it's not so much of an eyesore, but if somebody's over there dumping something, they're gonna see that. So that was
So they were supposed to be red with white lettering?
it's about no dumping, I guess. That's what I was told by that's kind of the traditional, which I don't know, I kind of need direction on what everybody else wants to do on that. I was gonna make them green with white lettering, but still have it on there, no dumping, where you see that, premises under surveillance, that's gonna be on there, $250 fine. And I was thinking about, probably 3 of them, going up to about this high, along the line. What's that?
$500 fine.
That's what I meant to say, $500 for there, so we'll make it 500.
Well, did you make a motion for that?
I thought we did.
I like the idea of the green because it's a park.
That's what I'm thinking, because if they're one's gonna see it,
Right,
they're gonna see it and they need to see it because they're dumping something.
right.
So I guess nobody really needs to see by just driving by unless they're, throwing a beer can out the window.
We should have the ordinance amended for that too, by an ordinance, so we can enforce it.
Okay,
I thought we had amended the ordinance for no dumping last year, because we talked
Yeah, I'm
about the beach.
looking.
so 500, we're talking 500, I like 500, what did I say, 250, so 500.
Yeah, I'm looking.
I'm just concerned that, just like the sign that says residence parking only
I'll
for,
find it.
That you don't read?
that they don't read, that you're gonna have the dumping sign there, so unless they're caught and photographed or videotaped. But I did look into a trail cam that has, works off of cell towers that we could put up there that would catch people doing stuff. There's a lot of dumping over there.
Yeah, there is a lot. And
Well,
we're
I think
gonna
the
do
trail
it.
cam was like
We want it to be
$125 or $150,
I don't know
but
that
I think
we
you
want
have
it
a
to be-
salt,
he wants
salt
it to be.
plan with it.
Okay, that's something we could definitely
We haven't decided.
put in action
We could
before
probably
spring.
get a 1-year cell plan
You
for
made the
about
motion.
$120,
Nobody's
depending on
seconded
what
yet.
company you go with.
Okay, yeah,
Okay, so you've made the motion to raise it to 500. Is there a second
Yes.
for that motion?
But
but he's deciding.
Oh, you're
put them on the spot, sir.
What I'm trying to remember
He
is,
doesn't like signs.
I thought we addressed this previously.
We
July-
did,
Yeah, I
in
can't
July
find it.
we did. It was
But
a
not
much
increasing
smaller
the-
fine. and
We
we
didn't
had
increase
already
it.
increased it.
We
Yeah,
did.
We increased it.
I
No,
don't see where
no.
we increased it, but we did discuss it. The email is July 9th of 2024. We amended, let's see, waste and trash in public areas of the village, the dumping or replacement of any household trash or other material waste in trash cans, other receptacles maintained by the village. No dumping or placement of any household trash or other waste, but it just says $250 per offense.
And I thought the fine had been less before that.
I think it was 100, we might have bumped
Yeah,
it
and
to
it was
250.
Have we
agreed.
ever imposed a fine for dumping?
Well, like Barb said, you have to
Plumbing, but
catch and photograph and actually have proof that they did it before you can impose a fine.
Camera, wouldn't it?
Well, yeah, she's on that. She's got some ideas.
The only thing that's gonna work there would
People
be
we suspected.
a trail cam that works off of a cellular network, because
Because otherwise.
you can't do Wi-Fi, you can't do a wired.
Or we can talk about a neighboring resident's Wi-Fi if you want to discuss that.
We can, but I almost think that
Too far?
a trail cam with a cellular connection would be good, because then we could move it from place to place.
When
Where,
necessary.
yes,
Yeah.
instead of, because we are currently relying on a resident's Wi-Fi for other cameras,
Right.
and that's great, but if that resident should ever happen to move,
I'm pretty sure they just secured a long-term spot here.
Is there an ordinance number you have on that?
Yes, yeah. hold on.
Okay,
It is 897-24.
So what do you want it to be? I'll bring it in next month.
Well, $500 for the dumping, is that what you're asking?
Yeah.
Well, did we vote on that?
We didn't vote on it, and there wasn't a
I would
motion.
like to make a motion
We didn't
to
make a
increase,
second.
increasing, the fine for dumping, from $250 to $500 per occurrence.
Is that streamlined with what other cities and villages and communities do?
I think somebody in the audience brought up that there's actually some on the Ohio,
Yeah, there's a state dumping law.
and that's 500,
With
isn't it?
that, I don't know what it is, but
You mean revised code?
yeah.
Yeah, I
I would
remember. I
suggest
have
we
it.
check that to see what color the sign has to be too.
It says Ohio dumping laws carry significant penalties ranging from smaller fines for simple littering, around 500 plus jail time, to serious felonies for reckless open dumping, which can result in $10,000 to $25,000 fines and 2 to 4 years in prison.
All right, we're leaving money on
That
the
works
table.
for me.
So 500 would be the standard across other communities then?
500 plus jail time.
Okay.
What do you want, light?
Community service.
Ten years.
Community service, let them walk around and clean.
Right.
That'd be one
Yeah,
of those
somebody
things
has
that
to
we
run
are,
around.
so we'd have to pay for them to be in jail, right?
Oh, yeah. What is it, about $200 a day now?
Yeah, we don't want,
Littering
if you
fine
get
is
somebody in jail on that, we
$500
gotta
and
pay
60
$200
days
a
in
day.
jail for driving trash
Yeah.
on public property or in waterways.
Say that again, Leslie?
$500 and 60 days in jail for dropping trash on public property or in waterways.
What number is that one?
Well, this is, I'm actually looking at the Ohio laws here.
She's looking at the Ohio revised code.
Right,
It doesn't,
is that a number?
doesn't say where I'm looking here.
You said 2911, is that what you said?
No, that's,
This is.
That's Ohio revised code.
well, if you can, when you make your sign, you put your codes, whether it's local codes or ORC. A
Right,
lot of times, let's say a deputy gets called in to, catch somebody doing that. Many times they would reference the ORC because it's a lot simpler.
3734.99.
So I should use that
You
one?
could,
Since
well,
we
you
have
may be
it.
able to use both if they don't conflict with each other, but it's important to have.
373499.
3734.99.
Okay,
Okay, great.
that's a good idea.
It sounds like ORC is pretty close. Like, if you have a dog complaint, rather than going back and trying to figure out what the complaint is in Chippewa Lake, Ohio's got a dog complaint law that they just reference. that.
Yeah, they can find the
Well,
law.
also, if we use the Ohio revised code and there is any jail time, we don't have to pay for it.
That's a good idea.
Good point.
Okay, so what is that? So I can write, give me that code. I mean, should I check into that or you guys are pretty
Put it on
confident?
the
Maybe
side.
They just,
Leslie can.
Not on that side, but on
Yeah,
that
there's
side.
like 4 different codes here. One is for solid waste violation, one is for littering, one is for water dumping fines, one is for water pollution. We could probably get them on actually all of those,
Yeah,
since they're dumping it into the pond
And it's
and
water.
around the pond and,
3767.
what's the best code to use then?
Could you repeat that?
3767.32 is for littering.
right,
They must be all clustered around that number.
yeah.
What did you say? Give that to me again, if you don't mind, Mark.
3767.32.
The
Well, do you want me
water,
to put something together with it?
Yeah.
I don't know, we wanted
wait,
revised
you,
code.
you didn't have a second to your motion yet.
I did not.
No,
So,
He's holding it hostage.
yeah,
but you actually have to second the motion before discussion.
true. That's correct.
Robert's rules in here.
So what I suggest is that you research it and give us your advice as a village solicitor. What would be an appropriate mechanism for us to put in place?
Well, I think the Ohio revised code is the easiest one to use because all the deputies can look that up. And it takes it out of our hands when it comes to spending any money on
That's a good idea.
imprisonment or,
Any fines come to the
well,
village or?
the fines would not come to us then.
Let's face it, you're regulating behavior that's undesirable. You're not trying to get rich.
Right.
I mean, the amount of money that comes to the village is a minor.
Right.
It's
Right.
more- I think it's more about penalizing the person
Exactly.
and
But as for putting on the sign, I wanted to put $500, the fine of $500 on there. Could I still do that based on that, using the Ohio revised
Oh,
code?
no, you have to use Ohio Revised Code penalties, whatever they are.
Okay,
I would also say that a no dumping sign is highly desirable for theft.
right, yeah, we'll, make sure we drive in there really good. I'm talking about those, use those big great things, a sledgehammer, get it down in there. Then,
It's the unscrewing, I think, of the sign.
They have,
Yeah, they can do it. They can
Put it in the
go over it.
that's true.
Put it in the middle of the pond.
Searchlight on it.
I can't remember the catalog that Briar used to get, but they actually have nuts and bolts that are tamper-proof.
Yeah, no, I've seen them. I looked them up. Yeah, that's,
They were a pain in the butt.
yeah, they work.
I had a real estate sign right in that area, and someone stole the photo left the frame and the sign writers, but took my,
Wow, fans,
yeah.
Got it.
It's almost creepy.
stalkers.
That's a little
I
creepy.
did find out a couple of years later who it was,
Mm.
but
My advice is go with the Ohio Revised Code
Okay,
because that's more recognizable. I think a lot of police won't cite on a local ordinance.
are you able to give me that Ohio right, the one in your opinion that we should use? There was a
Yeah,
couple.
I'll give you all the ones that would apply.
Okay,
yeah, there's multiple.
yeah, and then we'll put that, I think it was $500 for the minor fine,
No,
but I want to put a dollar amount on
to
there.
go for proceed.
I don't think you can
Yeah,
use the
ORC
revised
has
code,
their
Ohio
It's already
revised
in the
code.
law.
You have to put what they are, what
Right,
they're.
but I think on that code, she mentioned that it was $500 for the minimum on that. The guy can put a minimum of $500 plus jail time. That's what I heard you say.
When you get home, Google that.
Okay.
Put ORC 37, whatever it was,
That's the
in there
penalty.
and go, and it'll take you to the Ohio Revised Code. You
I
can
have
read all
a
about it.
magical.
Okay.
device to find that.
Right now.
I'll do that. I mean, we got time on it, but I'm gonna get on it before.
You got 3 minutes for it.
Okay, so I better hurry up here, but, using up all my allotted time here. No dumping
I
sign.
didn't use much, I gave you extra.
Okay, the PEP grant. So we had agreed that we were going to, spend $1,000 on gravel to use over at Bungalow Bay. After some discussion over the last couple months, I thought it would be a better idea to use it for parking blocks over at Point Park. And, I know Leslie, she wants to be involved in a whole program with that area. No, I agree with you. I like your ideas and everything's good. However, we need to spend this $1,000.
I didn't realize that when I say leave.
Yeah, no, I love and we can still do all of that, but we'll just purchase these. If everyone's in agreement, we'll purchase
The
these
boulder idea
blocks.
too, I don't know what those cost either.
The what?
Boulders.
No, the boulders is a good idea too. I like those concrete pier things that, that they have down. That would be awesome. And those would not like rot away.
If a snowplow hit those boulders down, would we be liable?
Did the snowplows plow the
Parking lot?
The park, I don't think they go there, so,
No.
Where the road is.
because it's gravel.
It's hard to snowplow gravel.
Yeah, but Bill, how many of those split rail pieces did you replace this year?
4,
No.
7. So,
Just replace one.
did you? So not only is it a big pain in the butt, I mean, they're not free, they're not expensive, they're not free. So I would suggest, and this is, we're gonna have discussions about, what we're gonna do with Point Park. But in the meantime, instead of the gravel, that would work as a safety, that would work for their parameters, right, Pat?
Yeah, they okayed them as gravel.
Oh, how about, because I was thinking about shifting, I don't know if you got my email, but shifting gears to a parking block, for,
Okay, that email you sent out today?
yeah.
All right.
And then I searched all the sources that we could purchase them from, and I got a great deal. And this is the great,
Did you see Alan's email?
that's the one.
Yeah.
Yep. So we're able to get, because every company I went, they were between $75 and $100, which would have put us over $1,000. So we're able to get 16, which are 16 spots there. There's 16 12-foot sections. So we would be able to get all of them for $1,024. And that includes the fasteners, the rebar fasteners.
Are they gonna be far enough back so that people pull into those things that it's gonna stop?
You know, that, I struggled with that myself because I'm like, because I pulled in there and I'm like, this is pretty small. And that's what Bud suggested, because we're gonna be working on that park, springtime. And he suggested, you know, opening it up, which I think 5 foot per side, to move those fences out 5 foot or replace them with something else. But just do some work there, expanding it. You're still gonna have your 16 parking spots, but they're gonna be separated, so you'll have more to maneuver around.
So you're talking about just ordering these now, getting them in, and
Leave
then,
them sit.
Having them to use the grant.
Yeah, that way, because the grant's gotta be used up, you know, before the end of the year.
good idea.
These
So,
numbers you give me are about pollution and hazardous waste and dumping of, you know, like basically pollutants, so I don't think that's what you're really looking for.
Well, I think that spontaneously Googling it on the spot's probably not a good idea.
It might be a little easier.
So I'm
A little more research.
Stretch it out.
Or
Okay, so-
distribution of cigarettes illegal.
Are we gonna bring this up next month then? After everybody,
for the signs,
Then you
yeah.
make
I'll
your
send you
motion
a-
again.
I'll send you an
Yeah, there's
email.
no hurry on those signs, because we're not even gonna be able to put them in the ground.
okay,
Because you gotta drive those. I mean, we're gonna get those green stakes, but I wanna put them, my thought process is bring them really low, so they're about this much off the ground, signs about that big.
What
And
you're
have
talking
about
about
3 of
is
them.
dumping trash.
Dumping trash.
Refuse, construction materials,
Yard waste.
Yard waste.
Yard waste, yeah.
I'll send you something.
Okay, good. Yep. So I wanted to do that. I don't know if everyone is in agreement to, shifting from the gravel to these parking blocks. And they're really nice. I sent out some
I think
pictures and stuff.
even if you put the parking blocks in there, whether we go with a rope in between or boulders, whatever, I don't think we need the boulders if we use the parking blocks, but whatever we use between the posts, those blocks will come in handy regardless, to keep people from just driving through, you know, whatever's there. So, but do you need to have a motion to?
I don't know. I don't
No.
think so.
For PEP
Bob
for
wants to say something.
different reason,
Well,
or?
if it's in the high-rise code, it's there. It's already there.
Bob, did you have something?
I'm going to Bill here.
Yes,
So these parking blocks, are they going to be similar to the ones that are like?
at the beach.
At the beach, the plastic ones?
Well, they're plastic,
Yeah, okay.
but they're heavy.
I don't know, my experience with those is they move off easily. You're better off to go with concrete if you're going with.
Well, concrete, the problem, because I did some research on this, the concrete, they bust, they don't last very long, they get busted up and whatnot. And the whole idea with those plastic ones is, I mean, they're heavy enough, but they're not like the
It's
concrete.
just not high enough, the height of them is what is the problem.
I hear what you're saying.
Yeah.
Well, the tie-downs, I think, are 16 inches. The rebar spikes, and there's 4 of them that go into them, so you're, talking.
I know, but the cars can roll over, that's what my problem is with.
Yeah.
But they can't be too high because the graphics, the ground effects on cars.
Well, that's your problem if you pulled up too damn close.
You damage it.
And that's what.
I know,
they
I
did,
know.
that's already, so.
Sorry.
Right.
I say.
Right.
No, I understand what you're saying, but I still kind of want to move forward with it. So,
I'll send you something.
okay, but am I everyone okay with the idea of purchasing them?
I need a
Back
full,
on,
Was that?
back on.
He needs a.
No, I hear what you're saying, yeah.
I need a full written quote, what the cost is going to be.
Okay, great, I'll get that over to you.
And I can't file the application until I have that.
I'll get it in the next couple of days,
When's the application have to be in by what?
29, 28.
The end of this month, before the end of this month.
Yeah.
Just need a motion for that.
So it's, free money.
Okay, so you making a motion there, Ken?
I don't think we need a motion.
Yes, you do.
Okay, so I would like to make a motion to, use the PEP grants funds, from spending it on gravel to parking, blocks.
Parking barricade.
Well, they go by different things. They also go tire stops.
Second?
All in favor?
Uh,
Opposed?
And that was capped at 1,024.
Yep, yeah. Well, so if it's 1,000 and say it costs 1,100, we would just absorb, we would only get paid back. Okay, I figured that it wouldn't kill the whole deal. Okay, yep, yeah, that's it.
I'll verify that Pep will accept that. I can do that tomorrow.
Great, thank you.
Okay? And if it's a go, then all I need is your vote. Okay.
I'm done.
Okay, I want to take a little break in here and tell everybody that we have, where'd they go? That we have nuts here from Engineering Associates, and I believe we have some little plates.
Yeah, there's no nuts left.
So it's time to get them away from Leslie and Jim and Sharon. Engineering Associates, as most of you know, is the firm that does our engineering for our grants. They're delicious, fresh nuts from downtown Worcester.
Hey, wait a minute.
Okay, so now we'll go on to streets, but
I don't have much to report. I met with, Josh Fishcon, Engineering Associates. He's working on the engineering drawings.
Thank you.
He's close to having that finished product. He agreed that he'll get together with Alan and myself, Al Horning.
right.
You okay on that, Deb? Engineering Associates is gonna try to get together with me and your husband before Christmas.
Okay.
So I'll be in touch. C3 this month?
Probably after this week.
Okay, all right, okay.
Oh, no, I'm not. That's a township, right?
Yeah. Everybody got my email about the road crew at Lafayette Township. For those of you out in the village that don't know, they have a small three-man crew. Their senior man's gonna retire at the end of December. Rick, the superintendent, submitted his resignation effective December 12th. That leaves one guy. Their first priority is to get Lafayette Township cleared. I don't even know if they can pull that money out of the hat with one guy. So they are seeking full-time and a part-time position for Lafayette Township. But I'm making a motion to set aside $3,000 as emergency funding if we have to go outside and get a snow removal private service. Pardon me?
It'd be more than that for one plow. Plow and salt for the whole village.
Well, and are you thinking that it's not gonna be a long-term thing, but if we had to fill
Emergency.
in just here and there, it's supposed to be a.
That's what I
And you're
was
not talking
thinking.
if it's 2 or 3 inches, you're talking if we're getting 6 to 12 inches, like measurable snow amounts, right?
Right,
You
yeah.
have to do all the streets, street bills, and
But how does the contract for snow plowing read with Lafayette? Is that, that's a firm contract and they gotta do it, or is that on best
Well,
efforts?
yeah, it's a firm contract and they have to do it. But one guy who's run out of hours and sleep to run the equipment,
Well, I'd heard that
what's our
there's
recourse?
drivers, certified drivers among the fire department to possibly fill in.
Yeah, it's supposed to be 3 of them.
There's supposed to be 3 paramedics that have snow removal experience in their background. But saying they have it, and do they actually have it, might be a different experience.
They have to have CEO.
But they have advertised the position, so.
I know, I'm aware of all that, Jim, but,
I'm just saying.
that's casual conversation versus legitimate proof and
I'll second your
signatures and-
motion requesting $3,000 for emergency funding for snowplow emergencies.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
I,
Opposed?
You've actually got 25,000 already appropriated that's available, so you don't have to appropriate anymore. The monies are in the budget right now,
for,
whatever use you need it for
Yeah.
streets.
well, then cancel the motion, I don't need it.
Right, it's
so
in
if there's
there.
more, it's not gonna matter.
Is that above and beyond the money that's already allocated for Lafayette Township to do it?
Yeah,
That would come out of the same budget.
If they don't do the job, I don't know how we pay them. Is it per plow? So if they don't do the job, they don't get paid?
It's
We pay
per
them-
it's per hour, it's,
No.
and the salt,
Right.
it's,
If they don't come and do it, and we do have somebody else do it, are we going against the contract in any way, shape, or form?
I'll tell you something.
Because that would be pretty important.
No, I doubt it.
It's been a few years back, but some of those super big storms we had, the township fire department had their own plow come out and help. I think it was support. Now, whether that was done through Lafayette or they did that on their own volition, I'm not sure.
I think we should assign a street captain to every street with a snow, with a.
I'm not throwing stones at Lafayette Township, but, I have lame duck management in place.
Regime change, all that stuff. So I understand what you're saying.
Extended their promise, they're gonna take care of us, but come January, he's gonna be out.
You're talking about like an emergency situation, say
Yeah.
something gets
Right,
dumped
that's
on
what
and
I'm
nobody
saying,
can
right.
come out, it's Armageddon.
To me, it sounds like it's a left pocket, right pocket. You got 25,000 plus another 3, you got $28,000 to spend on snow plows. That would come out of your budget. So if it comes
Either
out
way,
of
this is
Lafayette or
probably-
it comes out of this one, still got 28,000 to work with.
This is
and that's a
probably a
lot.
new
Yeah, this is the
conversation because
contract.
being able to find a snowplow that's not already doing their own contracted work is gonna be hard enough, so.
I know a guy with a snow blower.
Get out.
Yeah, but my 18-inch blower won't do
It's a good start, Bill.
Well, I bring it up because it could be part of our reality,
Yeah,
and there's no way to know.
The contract just says you will pay $95 an hour for each township employee who provides service.
That's very open-ended.
And
It's open-ended, but it also
doesn't say
means
anything about if we have somebody else do it instead of them.
that's on your own, but you don't have to pay the township. If
Okay.
if they don't provide service, they don't get paid. It's
Okay.
a straight hourly invoice monthly.
Okay,
And
know if,
nowhere does it say you can't use somebody else.
okay, so if we had to outsource for any reason, and we were actually able to find somebody,
Westfield or,
then
Then
So
you
it
just
is what it is.
They
pay money
provide
out,
their own?
too.
Was I,
would they come, I mean, with
Some of the squad wants use for their
I think-
snowplow.
to maybe check with them to see if they're
I think it's
available,
called
as
surge.
opposed to like Peters or Lampiers or something like that, who are already contracted.
Guy.
I mean, Seville's
Guy in
gonna
a
do
truck.
Seville, and then they're gonna do what?
I can have that conversation. Whoever you utilize, you're gonna have a contract.
Right,
Might be
Private.
so I think maybe we should check to see if Seville or Westfield Township is available.
Well, Gord Gonzalez says they got a guy in the truck and he's doing a good job.
Yeah,
Didn't we used to have a small landscaping company?
Greg
here?
O'Connell used to do it.
right.
Did it? Yeah,
But
is that
this
just you and
company,
Larry Glenn?
no.
No.
Glenn's, I think it's Surge something company,
It's
Oh,
a,
that's Travis.
is it?
Mhm.
It's Travis.
Travis Gadori. Yeah. I don't know.
They're happy with him, I know that.
It could be a problem.
The other
Knock
issue,
on wood, hopefully not.
we don't know what the new trustees think about our village, because we don't know any of them and they haven't introduced themselves.
I thought if they wanted to do away with their,
That's what we heard, they want to do away with the road department.
right. I couldn't.
Well, the one's a good wedding planner, so, she was my daughter's wedding planner. She did a great job. So,
The other issue that you could have on this, Bud. is
What's that?
If you contract this out, you've got to make sure we have the certificate of liability insurance and workers' comp in our files before they begin anything. So we'd have to have that delivered to us before. And with bad weather coming, it might be something to line up right now.
So we should probably discuss this and,
We could all take care of what's in front of our house.
The community goes through there and get stuff done, you're right.
You were griping about mowing the grass on the tree lawn.
I mow my tree lawn, and I think everybody else should mow their tree lawn.
I'm just kidding. I'm just.
I
Sorry.
don't think you guys should mow anybody's tree lawn except the village's tree lawn.
I'm just
Parks.
being, I'm being.
That's all I have.
Okay, so we will go on now to Law Director Alan.
Well, on the contract, I have a note that you're covered through 2026 on the Lafayette contract, but I don't think I had the copy of the contract. So we may have gotten that, I mean,
I thought we had
We
that.
did.
Just got
We
signed
got the signed
Yeah,
contract. for
911-25 is the ordinance for this, so we're covered this year.
Right, for 2026, we covered.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Next year. Season. Okay, I've got two cases. One was the Omni Fiber case, which they have dismissed at their costs. So that's done.
With prejudice, correct?
With prejudice,
Yes.
which means we could repass the ordinance now.
Yes.
But they could also file a lawsuit again. But, and I have one other case, and this was kind of a surprise. It's a case from the Briarwood Beach Police Department.
Really?
Yeah. There's a charge of menacing or disorderly conduct or something. There were two cases in 1995, and the defendant has filed applications to expunge the record, which means I'll take a look at the defendant's record, and if it's a good record, I won't object to it. It's a Briarwood Police Department case. So I don't know who we asked.
How does that affect us?
Because we
Was
are what's left of.
we inherited everything from Briarwood, including this case in 1995.
That's interesting.
So I'll take care of that. Usually these are pretty easy because the defendant has no record now, usually doesn't have any subsequent record and, you know,
Were you the law director when that?
no,
He was never for Briarwood.
Oh, for-
never,
Never,
never, no.
till 1998,
Right.
then.
Now we inherited everything from Briarwood Beach, so just as a note, that's really a blast from the past, so.
Yeah.
And also you have the letter from the Park District to support their application for renovations of the amusement park. Did you get that?
Everybody got a copy of that, and Alan Robbins is in on the ground floor with this one, so if there's any questions, anybody should ask Alan.
Just a
We
quick,
have
it
to
was,
be there with Nate, not causing trouble with Nate for a change.
no, well, it was coincidence. I was a sponsor of a Ohio Park and Recreation Leadership Conference in Columbus. And with that, they had a reception afterwards. And where they invite legislators in and they give them hors d'oeuvres and feed them and drink them. And I was just sitting at a round table with two legislators, one from Gallup Police, another one from Van Wert. And then over walks Nate, Isaac, Ken, and another lady, which I wasn't familiar with. They sit down at the same table and they recognized me, of course. But the lady was Melanie Miller, who was a House of Representative, and she covers northern Medina County, probably maybe some, she's like Sharon Ray for northern Medina County. And Nate was pretty well prepared, not pretty well, he was very well prepared. He had a lined item out. What's coming up is the capital budgets go into effect. It's a 2-year capital budget, starts July 1st. And they allocate money set aside that is earmarked. It isn't like I got a pile of money and you got to apply for it. through your legislators, they provide recommendations for where these funds would go. Probably the governor and other people have to approve that, but it's actually earmarked money for the project. So Nate is making a pitch for roughly $1.1 million, 1.1 billion was the last I heard. And we had real good interaction with Mrs. Miller. I gave a kind of a different spin to it because I had the community live here, gave a nice adjunct to what Nate was putting forward. She was very receptive, and Nate was very happy that I was there to add that input. So what Nate is asking is just a general letter of support for his project at Chippewa Lake. As I understand, it's 1.1 million. He's given a draft of the letter, which is very simple, maybe a couple paragraphs. So I think it would be, and this project needs a lot of funds. It's not, he doesn't have enough in the bank to get it done. And this would be a part of the next capital budget starting July 1. So my recommendation would be to, and we have the letter on the back, what was done to support him in his efforts to get additional money from the capital budget. So
Are you making a motion?
I would give a motion to submit a letter of support.
For the village, signed by the mayor.
Correct.
Yeah.
And the draft of that was on the back of the document that we got.
I would second that.
What are the funds for?
I'm sorry?
What are the funds for?
It's for the Chippewa Lake Amusement Park project for Medina County Park District. So it's big number, 1.1 million, but it's dedicated money to the Chippewa Lake budget. So it's coming right back here.
One of the things is the preservation of the old Ferris wheel and several other artifacts
Right.
from the amusement park's heyday makes this project unique.
And reopen the historic site in 2028.
Right. So,
Okay, so we got a motion and a second, and all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay.
And the last thing I have is an ordinance resolution. You didn't do this one, you didn't, no. This is the resolution you pass every year in order to get advance payment of real estate taxes to the village by the county auditor next year. Just allows you to get your money sooner.
Okay, so we need a motion.
Well, now, first reading. Resolution number 520-25, a resolution requesting the Medina County Auditor pay the village fiscal officer advance payment of taxes for the year 2028 and declaring the same an emergency. Is there a motion to waive the 3 readings? So moved.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Is there a motion to adopt resolution 520-25 as an emergency? So moved.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Okay, very good. That's all I have.
I would.
What about just, oh, that was in Gary's, about the reappraisal of the village property, or who was doing that?
Oh, I'm working on that. It's in progress.
one minor detail, Alan, is your contract coming up for renewal?
It is.
And when will that take?
Well, I'd like to talk to you about that because it's a 2-year contract.
Mhm.
And I don't know how much time there is left on my clock.
We better lock you in for 5.
No, that ain't gonna happen.
I think what I'm hearing is he's not even sure he wants to do 2.
No. Well,
Did you do one?
I've got a couple conditions that could prevent me, that may come up in the future. But I don't want to, I'd like to think about it, make a proposal to you next month.
I did hear of someone that might be interested in filling that slot.
Really?
Yeah,
A lawyer?
yes.
Good.
No, yes.
Okay, what else would they be?
I'll share that.
Okay,
Actually, Aaron Harrison, not Aaron Harrison, but someone that he knows personally, so.
yeah, okay. Well, I have an open mind. No, it's not up to me, but
You said you had another year. You already said that.
I may have said that. I'm sorry.
But being a lawyer.
Get it in writing.
Sorry, maybe I shouldn't have brought up that I knew someone that
I've had some new problems come up under treatment, and I really don't know if I can do it for a year.
Okay.
So
Bill, we're all getting old.
if we could go out with it for, from month to month for a little while, I'll make it a proposal to you and, we'll see what happens.
I'm sure we, after all this time, we're willing to work with you.
Well, I don't know. It's been a long time.
I don't know.
You know a lot about me.
I do know. I know more than you would want me to know, but I do know.
No, we're the skeleton.
I do know. We go way
That's
back.
the only answer I can give you now. I mean, I might be out of commission in 3 months, 6 months, I don't know.
Well, take care of yourself.
Hope not.
I don't mean 6 feet under, I mean,
Just not able to, yeah.
yeah.
Well, let's hope that doesn't happen.
Yeah.
Your health is the most important part, obviously.
To me.
Right? Not to us.
I'm working on it,
Good.
Okay.
Just with that Omni thing, get your no solicitation signs in your window in your yard. Otherwise, they'll be knocking on your door.
Are they gonna knock on the door for people, they already have Omni?
I'm thinking they shouldn't. If they do, they're pretty stupid.
Okay, yeah, that's what
I don't know if you got my email, but they
Amen.
actually make window clings now that say no soliciting
I
for
think
people.
I think we ought to do the purple post ordinance.
Yeah,
It's trouble in the south. You paint a post purple,
yeah.
that means no trespassing.
Well, no solicitors is
We
maybe
don't
more
want them,
direct.
we don't want to assume that they're gonna understand what that means.
It doesn't matter if they.
Yeah, this is not-
This is not the defense of the law.
Okay, we're gonna move on to finance. Gary?
Okay, everybody sign in tonight? Anyone who came in late?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Past Saturday, I distributed the November bank reconciliation showing everything in balance. Any questions, comments from council? I have a motion to assign the bank reconciliation report.
So move.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Thank you. Past Saturday, I distributed the November appropriations report for review by council. Any questions, comments on appropriations through November? I have a motion to approve council to sign off.
So move.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Thank you. PEP grant we spoke about. We spoke about property appraisals. Okay, tonight we have to vote on the 2026 temporary appropriations. I did add a total of $12,187.32 to the budget, to that budget that I gave to council on May 12th. The largest adders were $3,000 to the sheriff budget, $3,000 to zoning, $5,187.32 for the OPWC loan payments. Does anyone want to hear what the other $1,000 is made up of? Okay. Alan, can you do the first reading on ordinance
Do you have a copy of it?
912-25? Plus, there's another document that Tamara will need to sign off on relative to the advanced payment of taxes.
Okay, this is the first reading of ordinance number 912-25, which is an ordinance to set up temporary appropriations for the current expenses of the village of Chippewa Lake, state of Ohio, during the year ending December 31, 2026, and declaring to be an emergency for the public peace, health, safety, and welfare. Is there a motion to waive the second and third reading? So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
A motion to adopt ordinance 912-25 as an emergency? So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Thank you. Okay. Talked about the advance payment. To date, I have received notice and/or documents identifying 4 individuals from Omni Fiber wanting to get solicitation permits. To date, documentation has been incomplete, thus none have been issued. I do recommend to council that they permit me to generate a report to be posted on the village website that will list the person to whom a permit is issued, the company that they are representing, and the expiration date of the permit. This will allow every resident with computer access to confirm that the solicitor knocking on their doors has been issued an official permit. Of course, they are also required to wear that permit on the outside of their jacket or shirt. Does council want me to issue such a report to be posted on the website?
I'll make a motion that you do that.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Okay,
Would we be allowed to copy and paste that onto the Facebook page as well?
sure, absolutely.
What about the village website?
Village
That's
website?
what we talked about, but and Claire's list too, that was created as a community watch, I think she should let
The
people
more
know.
awareness you get, the better.
So again, to date, we haven't issued one because everything's incomplete on their part, and I'm sure they're working on it. Year-end closing begins the end of this month, so for 4 to 6 weeks, I'll be working on finalizing all reports with the auditor of state, not just for this village, but for my other village in Burbank. So in case there's any delayed response from me, that's part of the reason why. As of the end of November, balance in the primary checking account, $397,734.35. Money market, $208,434.68. Star Ohio, $116,203.24. Total, $722,372.27. Any questions, comments by council?
I'd like to thank you one last time
No,
for your excellent job.
well, thank you. Wanted to thank you and Alan both. It was a pleasure working with both of you. Enjoyed it very much. Honored to serve with you. Thank you.
Ditto. Thank you.
That's all I have.
Okay. Okay, so for old business, last month we asked for applicants for the empty council seat. And we're pleased to say that we have found somebody. And at this time, we can appoint them and then swear them in January. So we need a motion.
I'd make a motion.
Second.
We accept Debbie Rustick as the appointment.
Yay. Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Congratulations, Debbie. Don't forget to come next month. And bring Al Horning with you, not his wife.
Okay.
I mean, she can come, but we need him. Okay, so the audience, Mark, do you have anything?
Just to thank Bud and Alan for their service and gonna miss Mark this evening.
I miss that too, buddy.
I'm gonna be right here.
Okay.
Yeah, call him now and then, just keep him on their toes. Okay, Bill,
Nothing.
Howard? Bob?
No, thank you.
Ben?
Thank you.
Diane? Who's next? Lisa?
No, nothing this time.
Pam?
Nothing.
What?
Well, I'll just see you all in the spring. This will be our last meeting till May. So you guys hold the fort down.
Okay. John?
Nothing.
Debbie?
Thank you.
And Deb?
Nothing.
Okay, well, at this time then, as has certainly been noted tonight, I personally am sorry to see Bud and Alan leaving. They've served us well, and just so, if you might want to know this, Alan started his term, or was appointed in December of 2009. So that was about 16 years. He's done a lot for our safety program, for our siren. Alan worked hard and drove us crazy, but he got that siren with the help of Christopher. And that was, be proud of yourself for that, Alan, among other things. He's also taking these classes, and he's going to be our emergency management person or something. I'm not sure what he is. I'm not sure what he is or who calls him out, but he'll be here.
Emergency management meetings at the village inn.
He'll let us know when he starts serving. He's done a lot of work with NOPEC. I know we've sat through a lot of different things. Like the night we had to pick whose aggregation we liked, and we weren't sure we knew what any of them were talking about, but anyhow, muddled through all that.
Charlie Raymer helped us with that.
And we had, he's done a lot of work with the fire department. He's tried very hard and not succeeded in getting us a seat on their fire district, which we're supposed to be on. That has not happened and probably will not. And of course, we all love Alan's reports.
Except Bob Williams.
And they've been very enlightening. And you do a lot of volunteering in the village. And of course, not being a member of council, but being a member of the Lions Club, he has made that polar bear jump into the big, huge success it is today. And with his help, I'm proud to say the Lions Club is passing out $14,000 worth of food cards next Saturday with the help of all the donations we've received from the public. And they will get $175 gift cards to Mark's, each of the 80 families. So that's great. And the whole community's behind that, but Alan has really spearheaded. And Van, I'm not leaving you out. You have been married to Alan, so there's that. But you've also worked hard with him, and I know you're working hard on the polar bear with him also. So Alan, thank you. I'll miss you, but I know where you live. And then Bud, he started, yeah, then there's Bud. And he started in his first term, or I don't know, you put these dates in December, but I think they started in January, but it was December of 2017. So he's been around about 8 years. He's done a lot with our zoning. He was on zoning for a number of years, worked with Jim Brandenburg, drove Jim Brandenburg crazy, and vice versa. So that worked out for both of them. He did our Craggy Creek project, which took a lot of work and patience, and he got that one done for us. He's worked with the roads and the grants, which are not easy to do. And in fact, we have one pending right now that we may or may not get. We don't even know where it's at. According to Josh, they haven't moved it to anywhere, so we could have
Yeah, right,
clue
we
where
don't have
they're
any
going
reason
with
to believe.
He does a lot of volunteering in the village, as you all know. And he's very good at doing research, sometimes a little too much research, but he's been very good at doing our research. And we're gonna miss Bud too. But I have a feeling we'll see both of them around somehow or another, whether it's in the audience to drive us crazy, get revenge, or what, I don't know.
Nah, just getting even.
But you guys have served long and well, and I'm very happy to have served with both of you, and I'm gonna miss you.
Same here. Thank you.
I don't know if any of the other councilmen want to say anything?
It's been great working with you guys. You brought a lot of knowledge and great attitude, what's best for the village. Nothing like an individual agenda, but what's best for the village.
Anybody else? Okay, we have some cake that Barb Hunter personally made.
Whoa.
So
Is it gonna be over here?
you're all on your own there.
He could litter. I walked here with it. I did not put it in my truck and drive it because then it definitely would have had dog hair. That's why I walked here. Hoping that I didn't get taken out by a deer on Garmin.
It's not a short rocking that in this weather either, my gosh.
So it's probably an ice cream cake.
Okay, so we
Your
need,
Honor, Mayor, can I make my official, can we adjourn, please?
You're making a motion to adjourn?
Yes,
Do you
please.
second, Bud?
Second.
All in favor? Aye.
Nice serving with you, bud.
Same here.